You may be wondering why Eddie has a put your mask on. I had, required him to keep his mask on.
Even though, I have hand sanitizer.
Put that shit in your mouth.
And then I have wipes.
Wipe that shit on your tongue.
And then you know what I also have? A little bottle of
that shit in your mouth. Jenna? So,
I just have to give you a face because.
All right. Hello. So, my name is Omari.
And I'm Eddie.
And we are
the two voices of the week.
Certain Natives, our culture unfiltered.
Discussing the way of this world.
And the next.
Two voices.
Two voices.
Queer. Candid. Discussing the way of this world and the next.
Discussing the ways of this world and the next. Discussing the ways of this world and the next.
Discussing the way of this world
Discussing the ways of this world. I got some Lysol over there in the corner.
Bitch.
And, we had to make sure we got
she's a little bit dramatic.
Because we had to make sure that we got here to do the episode. But we hope y'all enjoyed your Thanksgiving. We hope
and
that
got
you
a little
gained 12
thicker.
plus pounds. The thicker the thicker.
Yeah, because I need you to be able to grab and everything.
Right.
Like, I need to grab you. Hello.
Who wants to grab a pot with no handles?
Nobody. Because I don't want to be, burning my hands. Shit.
So nobody, so it's good to have a little love handle. We were talking about how Eddie speaks things into the universe and he gets exactly what he asked for, just maybe not the way in which he thought he would get it.
True.
Like it's like, oh, I need time off work, or oh, I'm tired. Well, you're gonna get plenty of that because now you got to stay home for like a week.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I want another car. We're gonna get that too, but you got to run over this tire in the old car to get this car, and be without a car for a couple of days or like a week or
a
so.
Month,
yeah, like a month.
It was a month. Okay.
I remember.
I remember. It was a month. The other thing that I was saying to you was, I can't be around people who think your growth is a competition.
Hello.
If we can't be happy for one another, we have nothing in common.
Yeah. And even like people who think that your growth is like putting them down.
Yeah.
Like not even like competition, but just like some people think that because you are not in a certain space anymore that you are judging them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, no.
Or that you're being petty or something.
Or you're being petty or you're just being like, but it's like, no, I'm not judging you, bitch. That's just not my shit no more. Exactly. I just don't do that. That's not my thing.
Not only that, but the other part too is that because you're holding a boundary, they think that it's you being petty. But in reality, it's like, no, bitch, I'm not being petty. It's just I have boundaries.
Yeah, like you acting funny. It's like, I'm not acting
so
funny.
So it's like, no, bitch. So, but it'd be crazy. People be thinking like that. And it's like, really, bitch? If you have grown and if you have learned from your mistakes and everything, then you should be able to have the rights to talk about it and kind of help others not to do the thing that you did. And it's not being about being hypocrite. It's that you actually learn from something that you went through. Yeah. So by learning, then you should be able to educate other people. Like, hello. But then some people always see that as like, oh, you're being hypocrite and everything. It's like, no.
Right.
No.
I'm an open book, but read carefully. Because I don't mind sharing parts of myself or sharing parts of my journey or sharing parts of my growth and talking about certain things. Yeah. Because I feel like that's the only way you can actually show people there is life outside of your mistakes.
Correct.
And there is a life beyond your mistakes. And I think sometimes people feel that you should not be, like you should have regrets and your regrets should equal silence about who you were.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? Like, no. And it's like, no, that's crazy. And I think that's a lot of the issue with like Christians or like super religious people or even like parents with their kids. It's like, no, like you should be as transparent as you can be with your followers, with your with your children, with your,
the people
just people that you care about. Like you should be as transparent as you can be, because I think that's the only way to really let people see
who you are.
And where you came from.
And be able to understand you a little bit better.
Yeah. It adds context to your story. Your story is not just the front cover of a book. Like there's pages there's front and back. There's more to it. There's context. So it's like, why would you not want to provide more context? Why would you not?
Yeah. I saw the other day that Michael Jackson and Freddie Mercury had like a song together, but it never came out until like 2014, something like that.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And then there was a picture of them two together, like just like Like if they were like in a party or something.
Probably at Studio 54.
And they were just like there sitting, talking. Well, not sitting, it was like them standing. But yeah, it was like very intriguing.
That's cute. Yeah, because I like Michael Jackson. I think his life has there's context to who he was. And just like anybody, like there's so much more than just like the salacious drama and all that stuff. Like there's so much more to a person than just those rumors and gossip, the gossipy things or like those hot takes. Like there's so much more to a person than those little things. And I think sometimes like we were talking about before, you don't have a certain type of empathy for people, or you don't have a certain type of sympathy for people to
like you're not trying to
care about them beyond the bad things
like them. Once you know the bad thing, is like that's it, I'm done. And it's like, but why you're not trying to get to know that person?
I would never not want to afford somebody the same luxury of the benefit of the doubt that I would also want.
Like the thing is like I'm gonna try to understand you the first time. Like let me try to understand you the first time. Let me try to give you the benefit of the doubt the first time.
Right.
And that's it. After you do it a second time, then that becomes a habit. And that's when I have to like
bitch, don't cross me like that, bitch, because I'm a wet.
Because it's like, no, you should have known better. So it's like, you have to like give people the benefit of the doubt, try to understand and everything. Not only that, but try to kind of look more into it, kind of see the context of it, see what there is, and then do your judgment if you feel like it.
And be okay with knowing that you don't know every fucking thing.
Exactly.
People think they know everything, so then they like don't want to
accept that they're wrong.
Wrong. It's like, no, bitch, it's okay. You might be wrong, girl. You're wrong. It's okay. It's okay. You could be wrong.
Yeah. And you just need to accept it, and that's okay. And like, I had a friend of mine. He was kind of, having a situation with his wife and whatnot. And then he kind of wanted to tell me certain things and everything. He's like, Eddie, I need you to be very frank with me and everything. He told me the whole entire thing and everything. And I'm like, you were right. You were absolutely right with what you had to say and everything. But the problem is that you also need to understand that because the other person is wrong, they don't want to admit to themselves that they are wrong.
Yeah.
And because they do not want to admit themselves that they are wrong, they are not going to see it.
Yeah.
So whatever you say to them as them being wrong, it's like they're going to put it on you because they don't want to see that. So you have to be careful on the way how you're going to talk to them. So in that way, they can try to realize that they are wrong.
Yeah.
Because they have to find in themselves to accept that they are wrong.
Right. And if you like rubbing their face in their shit, then they're not gonna want to admit that.
Yeah.
Like,
and then sometimes you as a person, especially if you're gonna be their partner and everything, you have to suck it up. I'm sorry. I know that it's not like, but babe, you have no. Sometimes when you are with somebody, you have to suck it up. Yeah. Simple as that.
You have to allow people certain liberties.
Yeah.
Allow people the space to grow.
Yeah, because exactly, you need to give the space to grow and everything, so in that way you can help them be better.
And you are not like you are not in charge of how they grow and the time it takes for them to grow. That's the thing too. Like you gotta allow people like the space and the time to grow. And if you are not comfortable with being there while they're doing it, then you can distance yourself. You can do that. That's your prerogative. You can do that.
Exactly.
You can do that.
But you have to put the effort. You actually have to put the effort to let that person be able to grow and everything. Because if you're not, then why the fact that you just got into a relationship?
Well, that's a horse of a different color.
Exactly. But, I just need to leave that.
Say, the girls think.
Exactly. I need to let that question. Right. Okay? Think about it.
Sometimes people you don't even like take the time to know if you're right or know if there's anything else. You just want to be the one.
And then that's
it's not you, girl. It's not just you.
That's not how it works.
Just you can't do that. And when you rush to be right, it's gonna get you together.
It's gonna bite you in the ass.
Yeah.
Like really.
Be careful. Well, we're gonna let you go. I'm Omari.
And I'm Eddie.
And we are
the two voices of the week. Our culture unfiltered.
Unfiltered. Bitch, I said me.
Oh.
And don't forget to do your daily saintly duties. And that is by
following, subscribing, sharing, liking, and commenting.
And don't forget to follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify.
On this beautiful
Google
list that is
Play.
coming out. Google Play, I don't know. Do not forget to download Stereo.
Download Stereo. We
Download
were looking into it the other day.
Stereo.
It seems
Okay.
fun and
It
it's
is.
gonna be cool.
We are going to be coming up live. I do not know when, but you need to download Stereo. So that way you can listen to us live and be able to ask beautiful and amazing and intriguing questions.
And tell your friends.
Okay?
Tell your family.
Yeah.
Tell your whoever's.
Mhm.
Tell your spouse. Tell
Yeah.
your, I don't know, basement slave. Who knows?
Yeah.
Just tell somebody to listen to us and,
Yeah.
you know,
And give
them
us a
this.
like and share and comment and all that bullshit.
Yeah,
Okay?
like, why
And
wouldn't you? Why
make sure
shouldn't
you put the alarm, the bell thingy. Okay? Bling, bling, bling,
subscribe, ho.
bling. Okay? So we'll see ya next
Next
week.
time.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.